I'm Carlos Curbelo, and I represent Florida's 26th district here in Congress. I recently wrapped up my first year of work here and wanted to let you know about what we're doing to help the people of South Florida. It has been a very productive year in D.C., and I've been privileged to have several initiatives signed into law that will benefit our friends and neighbors in South Florida. The first was the CISO Act, which was included as part of the National Defense Authorization Act. This bill will give entrepreneurs and small businesses new opportunities to compete in the marketplace as subcontractors. This means more jobs for those who need them most. I'm also proud to report that Congress and the President have worked together to transform our nation's aging roadways and bridges. The FAST Act, a crucial long-term bill to provide spending for transportation programs, was recently signed into law. It included several items of importance to South Florida, including dedicated funding for public rail and bus transportation. The FAST Act also included the WIFIA Improvement Act, a bill I introduced which will fix South Florida's water and sewage infrastructure by allowing tax-exempt municipal bonds to be used in new construction projects. This program will allow cities like Miami to create good jobs while repairing our infrastructure systems. South Florida is also one of the top 10 most dangerous areas in the country for pedestrians, according to AARP. A bipartisan amendment I offered was included in the FAST Act to ensure sidewalks are expanded, and I'm glad that this is now law. As a former Miami-Dade County School Board member, education continues to be something I'm very passionate about. By working with Democrats and Republicans in the House and Senate, we were able to pass the Every Student Succeeds Act, which was signed into law by President Obama. This bill included my provision to help English language learners and will grant these students additional time to become proficient in reading and math, and it still requires that every student is counted. I also introduced the Cuban Immigrant Work Opportunity Act, which amends current law to prevent the abuse of our refugee assistance program. Some are unfairly taking advantage of these benefits, and no one should stand for the abuse of our country's generosity. Though these bills encompass various topics, one factor they all have in common is my commitment to helping to improve the quality of life in my community while strengthening the country. Most of all, I'm grateful to have spent so much time with you in South Florida. I've traveled over 2,000 miles throughout our district, visiting over 20 schools and 50 small businesses. I've toured the Everglades and Biscayne Bay National Parks and met with hundreds of students, teachers, and parents to learn about the issues that matter most to our neighbors, from Miami-Dade to Key West. My district staff has worked firsthand with countless constituents, opening and closing over 2,000 cases. We have responded to over 26,000 letters that you've taken the time to send my office. Spending time with you and hearing your input has been invaluable and an important factor in the legislation that my team and I have crafted. I always try to serve my constituents to the best of my ability. Next year, I look forward to continue working on issues of importance to South Florida, like addressing climate change, reforming the flood insurance program, assisting our farmers in South Dade, finding innovative solutions to our transportation needs, and much more. My main priority in Congress has been, and will remain, making our community a wonderful place to work and raise a family. Thank you for the opportunity to serve you. Have a wonderful holiday season, and God bless you and your families.